Join me for a quick seated stretch. We're going to work from our ankles, work our way up the body, and then we'll quickly work back down the body doing the same stretches. We're going to start with a seated calf raise. Feet are about hip width apart. You're just going to raise your heels up off the floor and then bring your heels back down. Heels come up, heels come down. Now let's continue there. Okay, so like I mentioned, we're starting from the ankles. So just getting a little bit of movement through the ankles with these seated calf raises. Heels come up, and then bring those heels back down. A few more just like this. Nice and gentle. Raising the heels up and bringing them back down. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. Moving into the knees and the hips, we're going to do some seated knee hugs. You're just going to alternate hugging one knee in towards your chest and then the other. And you can either grab right below the knee, or maybe it feels more comfortable to grab behind the thigh. So whichever version you want to take here, as long as you are hugging those knees in towards your chest, loosening up your knee joint and the hip joint, all from a seated position. So even when you are unable to stand up to take a stretch break, you can still take a little stretch break while you are sitting down in your chair. So a few more of our knee hugs, alternating one side and then the other. Let's do 1 more each side. Last one. Awesome. Moving into the torso, just some basic seated oblique side bends. You're just going to alternate between bending from one side to the other. So arms are down at your side. It's almost as if you're reaching your fingertips down towards the floor by bending at your waist. So join me if you have not already. Side bend, keep that chest facing forward, making sure to stay nice and even in the chair. Okay, so those sits bones stay nice and even as you bend from side to side. Getting some lateral movement in your torso. 1 more each side. Come back through center. Stay with a nice tall spine. Bring those arms out to the side like a letter T. Make fists with your hands. And we're just going to alternate between flexing and extending those wrists. So flex and extend. And if it doesn't feel comfortable to have your arms out to the side like this, you can always do this with your arms down towards the floor as well. As long as you're flexing and extending, moving through that wrist joint. Few more of our flexions and extensions. 1 more time flexing, 1 more time extending. You can release those arms down. Next on up, we have butterfly arms. Place those fingertips gently behind the ears so that your elbows are pointing out. Keep the fingers where they are, and from here we're just going to close those elbows and then open. Close and open. So every time you open those elbows up, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Get that nice stretch through your chest as you open your arms, and a nice stretch in your upper back as you close. Open and close. A few more of our butterfly arms, helping to combat that hunched forward position with this one by opening up, releasing, opening up, and releasing. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And go ahead, bring those arms down. Let's do some neck circles. All I want you to do is rotate that head in a circle in the one direction, just a few times, nice and slowly. And feel free, you can close your eyes as you're doing this to help you relax into these neck circles. And go ahead, switch directions. Just rotating that head nice and slowly in a circle. Let's do 2 more on this side. Last one. And go ahead, bring your head back through center. So we worked our way up the body, now we have to work our way back down. So we're going to do the same exact stretches, but we're not going to do them for quite as long. So let's go ahead, let's do 2 neck circles in each direction. So whichever direction you want to start with, do 2 neck circles in that direction. Once you've done those 2, go ahead and switch once you've done those 2 circles, bring that head back to neutral, place those fingertips behind the ears, and let's do about 20 seconds worth or so of our butterfly arms. Close and open those arms. Just a few this go around, not as many. Less than 10 more seconds here. Let's do one more. Open and go ahead, release those arms. Next on up, we have the flexion and extension of those wrists. So either arms out at your side like I'm doing here, or if you prefer to have those arms reaching down towards the floor to do this, that is okay too. All right, but let's continue here. A few times, flexing and extending those wrists. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Arms down at your side. Next on up, we have that oblique side bend. So bend from the waist. It's as if you're trying to reach those fingertips down closer towards the floor while keeping your hips, those sits bones nice and even in the chair. Side to side. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And straight into our knee hugs. So just like last time, you can grab right below the knee, or maybe you grab behind the thigh. Let's just do a few on each side here. Hugging the one knee in, releasing, and then opposite. One more each side. Last one. And we have made it back down to our ankles. So just like how we started, raise those heels up, bring the heels down. So the ball of your foot stays on the ground. You're just raising the heels up and then releasing. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Let's wrap up this stretch break with a big inhale and exhale. Inhale those arms up. Exhale them down. And there you go. You moved, you stretched, you took a stand for your health.